to myself that I didn't read, and that is Menne may want to keep this thing standing because he's going up against a submission person. So I may see Menne measure this fight by how well he does initially in the striking department. If he finds success there, he'll keep it there.
You see the tail of the tape, 2 inches taller as Menne. He is 4 years younger than Fabiano Iha. Another lightweight fight on a night in which the lightweight champion will sit and call this one with us, Pat Miletich. Let's get the official introductions from the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is a lightweight bout consisting of 3 5-minute rounds. Beginning with the fighter standing to my left. He is a freestyle fighter with a mixed martial arts record of 24, 3-1. Standing 5 feet, 10 inches tall, weighing in at 169 pounds, and fighting out of Forest Lake, Minnesota. Please welcome Dave Menne. And his opponent, standing to my right, he is a jiu-jitsu expert and a vale tudo expert with a mixed martial arts record of 8-2. Standing 5 feet, 8 inches tall, weighing in at 168 pounds, originally from Santa Catarina, Brazil, and fighting out of Huntington Beach, California. Please welcome Fabiano Iha!
Iha with that mixed martial arts record of 8-2. Studied jiu-jitsu for 11 years, got his black belt from Crawling Gracie, and moved to America 3 years ago. Ready to get this third fight of the evening started. Here's Big John McCarthy.
All right, here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Get it on!
Can we have another one as dynamic as the first 2 we have seen this evening? Our lightweight champion, Pat Miletich, our third man in the booth here. He knows Dave Menne very well. He's with the Extreme Challenge team. He knows Iha well because one of his other buddies, Laverne Clark, defeated him in Birmingham at UFC 20.
Iha with a takedown. Menne desperately seeking some form of guard. Possible arm lock. Possible arm lock. Not going to get it. Good movement there.
Now a combination. Big punch delivered.
He's also very skilled at Muay Thai, so I think Fabiano definitely. Push an elbow. Push an elbow. Push an elbow.
In the white trunks, Fabiano Iha and Dave Menne trying to deliver a chokehold.
Guillotine choke.
That right connected.
There we go. Dave's got beautiful combinations when he opens up. He and Shoney have had some good wars, and Shoney and I have had a good war. Dave's a very intelligent fighter. He's going to take his time, pick his shots, and when it's time to go in for the kill, I think he'll do so. But Fabiano looks a lot stronger and a lot better than he did in his last showing, so this could be a heck of a fight.
Now, what a way to start. And it's interesting, we see a lot of guys make UFC debuts or come back for their second time, Pat, but as you and Jeff talked about, you have still holding on to your fighting career, but moved to that extra level of training. And just as it was 1 year ago with the Marco Huas' top students, the Mark Coleman's top students, now we see some of your top guys that, as Monty Cox told me today, are busting their tail in the gym for the opportunity to fight here in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, this is their goal, and everybody wants to get here, and there's an awful lot of guys out there like that.
Oh, big knee.
A big knee delivered from Menne to Fabiano Iha.
And it seemed to me that Iha is starting not to like to go stand up with Menne. As soon as Menne started throwing, he's looking to shoot the double. Oh.
And I will mention in the best of the best tournament in the Extreme Challenge that Dave Menne did beat Laverne Clark by a chokehold, and that fight was a complete war. The crowd was really going nuts for that fight. It was a phenomenal fight.
Now, most fights that involve Laverne Clark involve striking, and so I can imagine they went toe-to-toe, didn't they?
There was quite a few strikes, and Dave won the fight, but he looks pretty rough afterward.
I bet he did.
I think Menne wants to keep it on his feet there. He got off of him. Nice knee.
Now, he's got that Muay Thai background, Jeff, so he doesn't mind the exchange of punches and kicks from their feet. Iha looking to take them down. McCarthy tells Dave Menne he cannot hold on to the fence. Dave listens, quickly lets go. 1:49 remains in the first of 3 5-minute scheduled rounds. Oh, that right hit him.
Pat, how frustrating is it when you shoot a double leg, work so hard to get the man, and then you lose it?
It's very frustrating. It's definitely, when you don't have the skills standing up, it's got to be a panicky situation. You're fighting out of desperation, and it does wear you out.
Oh, nice uppercut.
Iha with the uppercut, and another. And the return of a favor from Dave Menne.
Good work, good work. Come on, gentlemen, keep it moving.
Yeah, these guys, Bob Cook and Tiki and Menne and Fabiano are all starting to scare me. I'm glad I'm getting married September 16th.
Well, that's great news. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Keep it working. There you go, guys. Come on.
These are guys whose ultimate dream, Pat, is to have what you have right now, the lightweight championship of the UFC.
Well, I plan on defending it a couple more times and putting on a good showing for the crowd and step out in a good way.
I have one question for you, Pat. Did you ask or were you submitted into it?
Actually, I begged.
Good for you, Pat.
She speaks French, so I had to learn some French.
Good opening round. What a great night so far. These lightweights certainly not afraid to go toe-to-toe, and no shortage of action.
Keep it working, gentlemen. You're doing good.
Dave, the Extreme Challenge 19 lightweight tournament champion, won that lightweight tournament in Extreme Challenge 23 and in Extreme Challenge 25.
Nice elbows by Fabiano there.
Fabiano coming to America 3 years ago, fighting in the octagon here on our soil for the second time. Good opening 5 minutes.
Second round coming up. You want to continue?
Gotta love it. Boy, have we had some great fights here tonight. A knee there by Menne. Has him down there, and immediately Iha goes to his back and assumes the guard position. And then up against the fence, it was Iha's turn with a beautiful combination of uppercuts.
Don't blow your nose.
And then you see Menne returning the favor. And then after a takedown, a couple of pounds by Menne, and then he wants him back on his feet. And I'm starting to sense that Dave Menne may want to keep this standing.
Yeah, whenever what Dave's doing is when they do go to the ground, he's waiting for Fabiano to open his guard to try and work for a submission. Once the guard comes open, it's time to come back up. And he doesn't want to, I don't think he wants to open up a whole lot until that guard does open up.
Back in your
Now this UFC 24, the first time we've been in the States since September 24th, right here. Frank against Tito, and this night has been spectacular thus far. Fabiano Iha in the white shorts, and Dave Menne from Forest Lake, Minnesota in the dark trunks. Iha.
Oh, another right hand by Menne.
I think Fabiano snuck one in also.
I think he did
nice
too,
punch.
Pat. I think he did too. Down hard with a little extra oomph.
Smart tactic. Being told to put his head in the fence, and we all know that's a good tactic in the UFC to deprive your opponent of being able to move. But Iha will have no part of it and turns to the center.
They both exchange. Inside a full guard of Iha right now is Dave Menne.
Good work.
Yeah, it's a good idea that Dave's turning it into the cage now. It definitely keeps the guy from scooting his hips out and enables you to zero in with your punches.
How tactical does it get when the two fighters are in this position, Pat?
It's a chess match. People don't realize there's a lot of work going on in there. Along leverage and arm positioning to get your shots in on people, along with watching out for the submissions from the bottom guy. And the bottom guy's obviously got to watch his legs from the top guy. So there's a lot of thinking going on along with the strikes.
Combination ribs in the head. They're rabbit punches, but they'll break your opponent down. At least they'll hurt his spirit, won't they?
They all add up. They all add up. He's tightening up his abs and protecting himself, and that's you know, he's not breathing as well when he's doing that. So the less oxygen your opponent's getting, the quicker he's going to wear out.
That's quick. I mean, he goes left, boom, boom, and then right, boom, boom. You've seen him do that a few times, haven't you?
Quite a few.
Has he done it to you, champ?
Dave and I have never had to fight each other. We've rolled around together in the gym, but never had to fight each other. He trains up in Minneapolis, and they've got some real tough fighters up there.
An extension of the Extreme Challenge team, not directly working with Pat in the same fashion as Jim's partner, who
nice
we saw earlier.
combination. Punches and kicks by Menne. And Iha wants down.
Now that is where his background is, jiu-jitsu, Vale Tudo. He was in Hoist Gracie's entourage, was Fabiano Iha for UFC's 3, 4, and 5. Always wanted to fight in the UFC and is doing it for the second time here tonight. Mentioned earlier, he was defeated by Laverne Clark in 131 by a referee stoppage back in Birmingham, Alabama at UFC 20. That is Fabiano Iha. Menne making his debut. Menne is just working it.
Staying busy, working the body up to the head.
2 minutes remains in round 2.
You don't see too much body work very much here in the UFC. And Menne is definitely using the body and then going up to the head.
Yeah, people just really, a lot of them don't realize how much the body shots hurt and how much they add up. If you've ever sparred with a pro boxer and taken a left hook to the liver, you know how much the body shots hurt, and that's why I encourage my guys to do it, and anybody that's smart does it when they're in the guard, and that's why Dave's doing it. He knows what he's doing.
We've seen rabbit punching to the body, particularly the rib area, to force a man to move.
Well, you've got to get leverage into your punches. You don't. If you're going to throw a punch, it's got to mean something.
Doing good.
And try and hurt him every time you hit him with a shot.
1:12 remains in the second of 3 scheduled 5-minute rounds. And Dave Menne, I would certainly think at this point, ahead on points, fighting against Fabiano Iha. Remember, if we go the distance, our 3 judges, Jeff Mullen from Memphis, Tennessee, Skip Hall from Birmingham, Jim Prejean from here in Lake Charles, Louisiana, will render their decision.
Watch your heels.
Aggressiveness, striking, grappling, all criteria taken into account by our judges if the decision is rendered after the completion of the third 5-minute round. We're almost to the close of round 2. 25 seconds remain.
Fabiano's defense is not as good as it was earlier on in the fight, so the body shots are definitely taking their tolls. He doesn't know where to defend himself, whether the body shots or the head shots, so now almost everything that Dave throws.
Oh, left. He walked right into the punch. 8 seconds remains in round 2.
Yeah.
A big knee.
Beautiful knee.
He walked right in to the punch thrown a moment ago by Dave Menne, who also has that right eye swollen to a large degree. But as you will tell me, a swollen eye is a long way from your heart.
Dave Menne, believe me, if you saw him during his fight with Shoney, he looked a lot worse than that, and there was no stop in him. So that eye is definitely not going to slow him down, and it's a good thing it's his right eye because his left side, he fights with his left side forward, so he'll still be able to see the shots coming with no problem.
There you saw Iha jumping up, trying to bring Menne down, and Menne put him down with some emphasis. And once he got down, combinations, Pat, body then the head.
It's a beautiful thing.
Turn around, Dad.
And there, beautiful combination, hands then foot.
You saw the kick land to the liver, and Fabiano definitely felt that. I saw him look over his corner and tell him something. He definitely was hurt by that kick to the liver.
Round number 3, Menne and Iha. Already 2 great lightweight battles in the books. Now, you had mentioned a moment ago, Pat, that Iha's defense is not as effective as it was earlier in the fight. Is that because of uncertainty or because conditioning is starting to run out?
I think a little of both. The body shots are adding up. He's fatiguing. He's been out of his element quite a bit during the fight on his feet and a little nervous. That all adds up. And, you know, when you start drilling people in the body, it doesn't hurt for a while, but when they start to add up, the ribs get very tender, start getting the wind knocked out of you, and you'd almost rather get hit in the head than in the body.
And how about the feeling of uncertainty? Where does that come in?
Well, I think he knows he's losing the fight. He's starting to get desperate. He's taking shots and just trying anything he can to get in. Early on, he took Dave down. I don't think Dave realized how strong he was. Like I said, Fabiano looks a lot bigger than he had been in the past, but Dave's adjusted now to popping his hips in a little harder when Fabiano shoots, so he's not having a problem stopping the takedowns.
How do you have the fight scored thus far?
I see Dave dominating the fight without a problem.
Unanimous decision.
Unanimous, without a fight. When you've got a fighter that's jumping to his guard, he's obviously he's getting desperate, and the blows that have landed are convincing.
So desperation rather than uncertainty, and fatigue a factor with Iha.
Yeah.
Although he is in superb condition, 3-12. But he's got to do something here. And it is continuing to be a Dave Menne night.
Nice knee there, too.
I'll tell you, Fabiano's doing a good job, though. He's taking some punishment, and he's obviously in good condition to take those shots.
Boy, he keeps moving, keeps bouncing.
Well, I'll tell you, anyone who walks into this particular venue, the Octagon, the world-famous Octagon, and the gate closes behind them, and they're the only two gentlemen standing inside these padded and gated walls other than John McCarthy, is already a warrior.
Yeah, I've got respect for anybody who's got the guts to climb in here. It's definitely a unique feeling to be inside the cage.
There it is again, that quick, boom, boom. Ribs head. Right side, left side, almost as if he were a machine.
And he's got him positioned perfectly against the fence. Iha's head has nowhere to go. It's a stationary target now.
It's a good thing. Dave's doing a great job, same side. It's also a good thing to go to the body with the right hand, up to the head with the left. Crisscrossing punches high and low.
He switched his routine there and threw an elbow and threw a punch right down, Pat, and they both connected.
Dave's a sneaky devil.
I'll tell you what, Dave is having a wonderful UFC debut. And Iha showing great courage and guts with 1 minute 35 seconds remaining in round number 3. Ducks under that one, but takes a knee and another.
Dave's known for opening up at the end of fights. He's, no matter what, if he's convincingly winning, he knows he's got it won, he'll open up for the crowd. So watch for a severe slugfest. If Fabiano gives him the opportunity, look out.
So buckle up here in the last 71 seconds.
He's known for opening up.
Menne and Fabiano Iha tried to fake with the right, throws down his opponent. And again, working it diligently.
Under a minute now.
This is Dave Manne's unanimous decision unless something crazy happens in the next 47 seconds.
Yeah, I think Fabiano was frustrated over here in the last round when he was landing the uppercuts. Or in the first round, he was landing some beautiful uppercuts, and I'm sure he thought, my God, what do I have to do to hurt this guy? Because they were doing hard uppercuts. And didn't make Dave blank. Beautiful punches.
Nice combinations. He hasn't let up a bit on any of that.
Pulver, Cook, and now Menne just showing us the depth that is within the lightweight division. And there's your flurry at the end. He wants it to be a TKO or a knockout. He may run out of time on that, but he will get the decision. Dave Menne, dominant against Fabiano Iha.
Good job, baby. Good job. You all right?
How about that, Pat Miletich?
Well, I really thought that Dave would definitely do that. I thought that Dave would finish him. So Fabiano did a great job of hanging in there. He really really took some punishment and did a good job. And if I may, I'd like to say hello to everybody back in the Quad Cities watching the fight, and say hello to my fiance, Lynn Bergeron.
Well, you and Lynn, congratulations, and if she'll allow you to continue to defend your title, we would love to have you do it.
I
Look at
will
the
be back.
replays here, Pat. I mean, just punishment of different varieties imposed upon Iha.
And you see the wrestler with the advantage with the front headlock working the knees and things like that. The Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys don't quite understand that.
Well, Pat, we thank you for joining us in the booth. It's always a pleasure. We wish you well with your training. We wish you well with your fiance, and we look forward again to seeing you here at the UFC.
Thank you, Jeff.
You bet.
Pat, thank you very much. Pat Miletich, our lightweight champion, seeing one of the guys who is managed by the same man Pat is, Monty Cox, impressive in his UFC debut. A wrestler for years, showing the ability to strike. Our judges are continuing to render the official decision. The fighters will come into the middle of the ring, and Bruce Buffer will tell us who has officially won this lightweight match between Iha and Dave Menne. For the official results, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of pure action, the judges have made a decision. For the winner, Dave